One great way to greatness is asking and answering questions. Lots and lots of people do not ask and answer questions. Every exploit you've ever seen on earth, every product you've ever seen, every invention you've ever seen, there are functions of asking and answering questions. In your climb, look at all the questions that are begging for answers. For instance, if there are no lights in your community, there are questions begging for answers. If there are out of school children in your community, there are questions begging for answers. If there are no restaurant or cheap restaurant or premium restaurant or classic restaurant, exotic restaurant, if there are no such things in your community, these are questions begging for answers. If you don't ask questions and answer them, you may never be as wealthy as you want. We exploit the answer to a question. Every product is answer to a question, but there are empowering questions, there are disempowering questions. For instance, I come across a lot of people who say something like, your program, is it not meant for poor people like us? Now that question is disempowering. When will this government remember us? That question is disempowering. What can I do? Okay, this my condition is overwhelming. I don't know what to do. I don't know if that's a question or an answer, or you just want to tell nature to do what it wants to do. Every time you think you don't have power, you are being irresponsible. Responsibility is the ability to recognize your power in situations. In fact, a philosopher said that even not choosing is chosen because you have chosen not to choose. So always know that there's something you can do. If there's even a gun in your head and they say, give me your pulse, and you say, at that point I can do nothing, there's something you can do. You can tell them to blow that gun. No, don't tell them that. But I'm just saying, even in such situation, there is something you can still do. The point I wanted to make is, don't always feel helpless. Most times, these are learned helplessness. Learned helplessness. We learn to be helpless because people are complaining, the fuel is high, everything is high, the inflation is choky and killing. Always remember there's something you can do. So ask yourself, what can I do in this situation? I can never be helpless. I can never be hopeless. I can never just throw my hands up and say there's nothing I can do. For everything, there is something you can do. But only ask empowering questions. Things are not as good as they should be. What can I do to help myself and help my community in this situation? That's when you step up to heroism. That's when you step up to heroism for yourself, for your family, for your community, for your state, for your country, for your local government, for your continent. Always know that asking and answering questions will always, especially empowering questions and empowering answers, they will make you become who you should be. Therefore, don't ask questions that are disempowering. This is my condition, Steph. I don't know what to do. Don't ask those kinds of questions. We are poor. There's nothing we can do. What can we do in this our situation? Don't ask that kind of question. God, where are you? And this is happening to me. Don't ask that kind of question. I've done everything I should have done in this my sickness. What else do you want me to do? Don't ask those kind of questions. Business is not moving. People don't have money. What do you want me to do? Should I go and steal from their purse? Don't ask those kind of questions. Ask question. God, I know you are in heaven and I know you're watching. What can I do in this situation? Open my eyes to see what I can do. Ask question. This my physical challenge is not allowing me make the kind of money I should make. God, what can I do? Sitting down as a physically challenged person and be able to be wealthy. Ask the question, the country is not moving in the right direction. How can I stand up for my family, for my community, for myself, and be able to help people. Ask those kinds of questions. Yeah, people are suffering. What can I do to help them? Don't throw your hands up and say, there is nothing I can do. There is something you can always do. Learn to ask questions, learn to answer questions, and you'll be so sure you are going to move from grace to grace and grace to grace, little by little by little, and you become who you should be. Remember, only doers go to the bank. You can't just sit one place and be thinking and be complaining and you are not doing and you want to go to the bank. Always learn how to do something. Always learn how to sell something. Always learn how to repeat what you've done to make money. You will always build and become rich. Don't always look at the politicians. Everywhere in the world, they are almost the same. Always hold them accountable, but always stand up for yourself. Because if you don't, by the time they would have, finished robbing your country, you would have died like your father or your mother or your grandparent. It's good that you stand up for yourself. Why you hold them accountable? Don't throw your hands on the air. Do something for yourself, because only doers go to the bank, not just talkers.